Welcome back to Growing Pains, where we give people permission to explore themselves. This episode we are talking about, it's going to be a juicy one this,
Yeah.
how to communicate in a relationship and why it's important to conscious communication. I think a lot of us do communicate, but we just either regurgitate what we've heard or we project.
Yeah.
I'm going to say project, we basically communicate through our insecurities, which we spoke about on the last episode.
They all roll into each
All
other.
rolls in. So let's get into it. I'll openly say guys struggle to consciously communicate in relationships. And looking back, that does come down to, again, emotional depth. You know, it does go back to how you was raised as a boy, speaking to your mum, whether it was conscious and very open or whether it was quite closed and quite shut off. For me, we'd never really get into anything deep. It'd just kind of be surface level stuff. And you know, at the time, I guess I thought it was normal. But even as a kid, I thought, well, I'm meant to be a man, you know, should I be opening up to my mum about these sort of things anyway? So it was probably a combination of just life, society, and me not wanting to tell my mum certain things and express. Whereas I think if I would have done, it would have made it a lot easier later on in life to speak to women about emotions and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a nutshell, that's kind of my experience. What about for yourself?
Similar, obviously, other end. And I think, like all our topics, they all come down to whether we're owning what we feel in situations. But I think from early on, I saw from the masculine that it wasn't safe to be in an emotional state. So from my dad. And other males around me, but mainly obviously primary carer.
Yeah.
So I think, being shown that it wasn't safe to have emotion, whether that's even just crying or expressing a need or a want, and then being told to just shut up and get on with it.
Yeah.
This is not to diss my dad, by the way. If you're watching this, I appreciate everything you did. But yeah, it obviously I learned from early on that what you feel it's not safe to be shown here.
Yeah.
So then that's forced me to now communicate in ways that I know I'll be heard, which is if I'm loud enough and like brash enough to get my point across. Obviously that's changed now, but I went through a phase of only being able to communicate, like you said, through the projection or through the wound of like, you're going to listen to me, because I was used to not being listened to.
Yeah. So was that sort of through anger?
Yeah, resentment. Anger and resentment.
Yeah.
Because if I was holding so much resentment that I wasn't heard in the first place, that I'm going into any communication now with a man already holding that belief that they're not going to listen to me. So I'm communicating from that place of I'm going to make myself heard.
Right. So I did the opposite. I was like, well, they're not going to listen anyway, so I won't even say anything.
Oh, okay. So it can show either way.
Yeah. So because I won't be heard anyway, so I'm not going to say anything because whatever I say, you won't listen to and you won't act on or whatever. So I'm just going to stay silent.
Yeah.
So it'd come to a lot of conversations, or I wouldn't even say arguments because it never got that far. I'd just shut down.
Is this the avoidant?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just shut down. Obviously, there's a few things playing out in that I didn't know how to communicate. I did feel I wouldn't be heard. I did feel if I did communicate openly, it'd be seen as weak.
Okay.
And yeah, I didn't know how to communicate. I didn't know what I'd want to say, and I didn't want to hurt the other person by telling them the truth. Again, I go back to that. So I'd just say nothing and hurt myself and shut myself down and keep myself small. Whereas, yeah, it was just so easy just to say what I thought, because the person I was speaking to would say what they thought about me and the whole situation. And that did make me feel like shit. But I wouldn't want to put that back onto them and make them feel like shit. Because I was already feeling like, so I'd just avoid and shut down and say nothing.
Was there a part of you not wanting to show your feelings or speak your truth to women because you thought it would put them off you?
Yeah. Yeah. So, well, yeah, I put that under weakness.
Yeah. So if you show vulnerability,
yeah,
it doesn't make you a man.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be weakness.
And
I used to think that women do want you to open up, but not too much.
Yeah, but this
I want you to open up a bit, but they never want to see you cry. They never want to see you get beaten up. There's certain things that I used to think that women didn't want to see because it'd make them you make me feel less than a man in their eyes.
Yeah. But the thing is that is true for the wounded woman. So if a woman is projecting or in her state of woundedness, I don't like using that word because it's like it makes something wrong about you. Wounded masculine, wounded feminine. Let's just call it unaware, unconscious feminine or masculine. The unconscious feminine does see that as weak, does see that as less of a man, but that's only because they can't own that within themselves. So if I'm communicating with you and you're showing me emotion and I haven't accepted that emotion exists in me, I'm gonna be like, you weak man. Like, what the fuck? But if I can own that exists in me and I can see he's actually doing a good thing by showing emotion, then we can connect more over emotion, which is where relationships end up disconnected more and more and more because they're avoiding what they're actually feeling. They're just either masking or showing only those parts that fit the bill of what makes them a good partner or a good communicator.
Yeah, and a lot of guys do that as well when they're speaking to their partners and, you know, the partner's breaking down or crying in front of them. I won't say it gives them the ick.
This is literally what women say too, but yeah.
But you kind of look at them like, why are you just breaking down all the time?
Yeah.
You know?
As a man, what does that make you actually think about them?
Again, just goes weakness and they can't control their emotions.
So again, we're talking from the unconscious male.
Yeah.
Do you or they believe that, what do they believe about women and their emotions? Should they have it under wraps and never bring it to you? Like, what does the unconscious man think?
I think we just believe, the unconscious man believes that all women are emotional and they'll just find anything to be sad about.
Okay. Do they know
even
why
if,
they think
even
that?
if it's little petty things, it's like, well, it's not worth crying over spilt milk. I think a lot of guys live their ethos by that. Like, if it's just a little problem, why do we need to talk about it? It's only a little minute thing. Can we not just let it be that thing and just move on? Why does everything have to be a big issue? Why does everything need addressing? Why does everything need emotion behind it? You know, I think I've been in situations where I'm like, just because the emotion feels that way doesn't make it factually true. Yeah, factually correct that this actually happened.
It's just how you feel about it.
It's just how you feel about it. Yeah. But because you're upset now, I need to deal with the emotion that you're putting out when that wasn't my intention in the first place. You know?
Yeah. But even, like what you're saying there, like, I need to deal with that, is where couples communicate at battle because they think it's their responsibility to fix each other's emotion. So when you come into a argument with your partner, really what you're arguing over is, you're not fixing my issue. You're not fixing how I feel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we've gone into that relationship assuming that partner needs to be able to change how I feel, fill a gap that I don't have, do something in my life that I can't do for myself, which comes back to what we said before, where if you want something from a partner, you need to have been able to give that to yourself in order for the relationship to grow and be stable and whatever. Yeah. Because if you haven't given that to yourself, like I'm looking in my partner for safety and, I don't know, celebration, all these things that I want as a woman. But if I can't do that for me, then I'm always going to be blaming him for not giving it to me. Yeah. Yeah. And that's where women get stuck, the unconscious women get stuck in going into communication as you're doing something wrong. Like, we point the finger a lot, which can obviously put a man's back up very quickly. And there's reason for that, validate that. But it's understanding, if I'm communicating from a sense of it's you that's the problem, that's just going to create more disconnection, 100%. No communication, and keep the cycle going.
Yeah. So from my experience, I was always a problem. So it's like, well, it's me you don't like. It's me you have an issue with. So why are you with me? If these issues keep coming up and it's always me, I am the problem. So I may as well just go. That's why I shut down. I'm like, well, it's me.
Yeah. And when we look at that from the man's biggest wound they have in relationships, we said about
it's
being
feeling
unworthy. Yeah.
That just brings that to the surface. Like, well,
exactly.
I'm never going to be good enough then because I've come into a relationship thinking I am. You've told me I've got 10 things that I need to change about me. Why are you even with me? Yeah. Yeah. Just go find someone else that has these 10 things and you can be happy and stress-free. Then I can just continue being me. Yeah. Yeah.
But then the truth of that is you won't end up finding that person because you're still holding those wounds, again, unconsciously. Yeah. You literally have a choice. You either have something that you work through something with your partner. If they're conscious as well, that's when it can work. If your partner is somebody who's not aware of the problem, there's no way that can be fixed. And the only way you can make them aware of the problem is to communicate on the level of emotion, how it makes you feel, rather than what they're doing wrong.
Perfect. So from that, again, in my experience, we're a couple. I am not showing you enough affection an emotion. How do you communicate that to me consciously?
Consciously.
You're the woman, I'm the bloke, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how are you
So
going to...
you're not showing enough affection. How do I communicate
So rather
that
than
consciously?
saying to me...
So let me do the unconscious first.
Yeah.
Unconscious would be... Well, it would literally be, you're not showing me any love.
Yeah, you're cold, you're shut off.
You're cold, you're shut off. You're
Why
not
don't you
showing
want to touch
emotion.
me? Do you not think I'm attractive?
Am I not enough?
Yeah.
What's wrong with me?
Yeah.
Are
you sleeping with someone else?
Yes, where have you been going? All of this stuff. If you can relate to any of those, wake up, first of all. But yeah, consciously then, I would say, well, I'd talk from where I'm feeling. So I actually would say I feel there's more love to be had here. That's how I'd communicate that.
Yeah.
And I think that...
Ooh, let's have the conscious conversation
role
now.
Play.
Let's do it.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, let's do it.
First role play of Growing Pains. Love this. So, okay. So we're in a couple.
Yep.
You haven't shown enough affection.
Yep. Haven't been.
And I'm bringing it to the table. Okay, so, Luke, we need to talk.
Oh, God, what now?
So, I feel like there is more love to be had here that we're not accessing.
Okay. So could you just kind of expand on what love that would be and how you want it to look?
I can, but I feel like maybe you wouldn't. I feel like you're not able to see the love I'm wanting to access because there's a part of you trying to avoid something. Is that true?
I don't think so. I thought I was giving you enough love and affection, but you communicating to me that it's not. So maybe the way I'm giving it to you isn't kind of the way you want to see it.
What is it? Okay, so how are you giving it? What do you describe as giving me love?
Acts of service.
Okay.
Time, gifts.
Okay. What if I was to ask you for more of that? What would that mean to you?
I can give you a lot more of that, yeah.
See, that's the conversation done.
No, but do you not want more affection, as in more contact?
But that's your love language.
Yeah, no, but you didn't know that.
But now I know that.
Yes, but what's your love language?
Touch.
Precisely. So you have a love language of touch, mine the opposite. Can I attend to your love language more?
Can you do that?
I can try, yeah.
Okay, what would not allow you to do that? What would stop you from doing that?
Well, sometimes, when we're hugging all the time and stuff, I do feel like I just need a bit of space, and I feel like you're putting your attention too much onto me when I just want to just relax.
That's fair enough. I understand that.
But also, I don't want to shun you away because I know that's what you want and that's what you like. So I'm trying to accommodate us both, but sometimes I struggle to communicate that with you.
Okay, so then now that's my responsibility to say that it's absolutely okay to communicate that.
Yeah.
To say that you want your space, because that's healthy.
But would you be okay with me having more space? I mean, I'm not saying I don't want you to ever see you, but if on the sofa or whatever, can we just sit side by side and just be?
Yeah.
Rather than,
Absolutely we can, because now I understand that doesn't mean you're not showing love.
Yeah.
Does it mean that you're not showing love? Like, let's get clear on that communication-wise. Does that mean that there's something lacking? Is there a reason you would do that other than you just want your space?
No, not at all. No. I just like my own space, I like my own company. And sometimes I don't want someone all in my grill all the time, and that's it. And I think that's okay.
Yeah, that is okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't probably say, I'm in your grill, but yeah.
So during those times when you are wanting that, and I can't give you that, then how are we going to resolve that?
Great question.
Is it something I can do, or is it something that you are going to have to try and deal with?
It's my responsibility to cope with what I'm seeking in that space. Mm-hmm. So if I'm seeking connection and I feel like the physical space isn't there for the connection, that's up to me to find within.
Yeah.
However, if we're going to enhance that or like find something to work together on with that, then I guess it's finding a way that we can keep connection there without it physically needing to be there.
Yeah.
How do we do that?
Well, I think we've started it, but this is where you can literally just like, right, well, can we just ponder it and give it a day or two? We don't have to come to a solution now.
Yeah.
But we've brought something to the surface. There's light being shone on it. so we both can just go away and think about it.
Yes,
You don't
shining.
always have to come to a solution straight away in every single moment, in every single argument, because
Let it
people
breathe.
need to process things, and let
Yeah.
things breathe.
And I think that's it in what you just said there, like shining the light on it. Because in that space, as a woman, I would understand that the light's been shone on it, and that's enough for now.
Mm.
Because it's not like now. Because if I'm feeling a disconnection, if we're using the example of physical touch, and it's not there, then I'm feeling disconnection from my partner, which then makes me think he doesn't care. But if we're having a conversation consciously about it and there's no solution, just the fact that you care enough to talk about it, shine the light on it, is the solution.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Just have a conversation and don't take offense to it. Listen to each other.
And also, sorry, go on.
Just understand where each of us are coming from.
Yeah, I was going to say, understand the need of why the things are happening, or the need, understand like the perspective you're coming from, because it's only that miscommunication that can cause disconnection. Because if you fully understand and fully empathize with your partner, then you wouldn't take any of it personally. It's taking it personally that's the issue.
Yeah. And then probably delving deeper into that, if you are wanting more touch, why are you wanting more touch from your partner or whatever? Is that a type of validation again? So it's again for that person to dig deeper into and understanding why I want this more from a partner. Why aren't they enough as they are?
Yeah.
So it can go into that sort of validation, be like, am I using them to validate me all the time? I'm feeling a bit shit. I just want a cuddle.
Yeah, like is it coming from your own need or your want for connection?
Yeah. Because I think a few things can play out in that. Yeah.
I was going to say, because your want for connection can still be coming from your lack.
Yes. Yeah.
So are you wanting connection from just genuinely the connection of that person? Well, how would you decipher that? Is the connection for me or for them or for us?
Well, this is where you have to go internally and be like, right, so what is it trying to, what is this? What do I want? Yeah. Is there a wound under that? Why do I keep wanting more?
Yeah.
Do I not feel enough for me?
See, what I would add into that communication role play that we just did is that as a woman, we've spoken about this before, it is really like a role of a woman to find the more or to show the more. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, but like the men can settle and be okay with things at an earlier stage than a woman.
Yeah.
So like this is like the balance of divine and grounded. It's earthly and what did I say in the video? Earthly and ascension, basically. So the woman's role is to keep bringing more awareness to deepen connection. So is it that the person in that situation would be actually just wanting more physical touch, or is it that they're actually trying to get deeper to the love?
Yeah. And if a guy's not grounded in that, he will take it as annoyance and pestering and that sort of thing.
Take it personally, yeah.
Light bulb moment.
Yeah. Okay, so bring that into the conversation. So I've said that to you now as a partner. I feel like it's my role as a woman to deepen our connection to love.
I can see that. So I guess I need to ground into the situation more and provide the container for that and try and open up myself more to meet you halfway. I think, we are a team, so I want to meet you halfway on that. But as you know, I'm a bloke and we have so much emotional depth, so I may need some time and help. And I actually not to get stressed while I'm trying to figure it out because it's not something I can change overnight.
Which makes total sense.
But I'm willing to work with you on that because I want it to work.
How easy was that?
Easy.
Fucking easy. We will avoid all troubles, so much drama.
But things will come up because you could be like, oh, remember this happened and this happened. It's staying on track.
Stay to the point of what your goal is, not what the little bits of story are in between. The story doesn't matter.
Yeah. Everyone gets lost in the story and that's where the arguments come out.
Yeah.
And the insecurities and the bitching and all that stuff.
Yeah.
If you feel the conversation's going that way, one of you needs to pull back.
This is where the thing I was saying at the beginning before we started this is you said something about one will always lead.
Yeah.
The communication can only go like that if you're both conscious.
Yeah.
And if one of you, oh my God, it's so techie.
Yeah.
Because one of you could be fast asleep, metaphorically, and one is wide awake to the issues or the consciousness in the relationship. So you're really then only communicating on the level of the one that's asleep. So you can only push that to a certain degree.
So far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, relationships can work if one is awake and one is willing to follow. Like, that's fine for a certain amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
When enough is enough, you'll know it's enough. But communication can only go like that smoothly if you're both aware of the bigger goal.
Yeah, you both literally want it to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think in some cases, some people just don't want it to work. They can't be asked,
Self-sabotage.
which is self-sabotage. You know, why would you self-sabotage? For me, scared to receive love, scared of love, scared to be happy.
Yeah.
You know, everyone wants happiness and wants this dream career and that, but when it's in front of you, do you actually want the responsibility?
This is the light bulb moment for me too, because that's in that conversation. If the man is, if you're now the man, you're coming from the place of not being able to receive love, and therefore you're going to self-sabotage without realizing, because it's not in your consciousness, then that conversation is going to go very differently, and you're going to stay stuck in thinking that's a boundary. No, that's just my physical space. Sometimes I just don't want to be in your space like that. But it's actually, it's not a boundary. It's that you're convincing yourself that you're not worthy of it, and you don't know how to receive it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Go again.
So, bringing it back to the role play,
Mm-hmm.
Man and woman, we've come to that conscious conclusion. But you've now said, you brought to the table that there may be some men who are coming from the space of not being able to receive that kind of affection or love or whatever.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, you could be stuck as the man in the perception that I don't know how to receive this, so I'm just going to keep making myself think I just want my space. But it's not that. It's actually just that I'm convincing myself of that so that I don't have to receive the love because I'm not worthy of it.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you do in that situation? I guess that always comes back down to the inner work and being aware of.
You have to detach because you're going to keep hitting the other person. You literally have to just use that integrity we spoke about and be like, right, I am not in a place to receive this person, and be honest about it.
Yeah. This is the key thing for communication, I would say, in a relationship is brutal honesty.
Not even to the other person, but to yourself.
To yourself, yeah. But then obviously that will end up being the same to the other person, because in brutal honesty, it's the only way you can find connection. Because how can you connect over something that's still slightly manufactured?
Yeah, that's not true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you now said...
the result then is false.
Yeah.
It's not a real...
It's still an illusion.
Real solution, yeah, because the problem's fake.
The solutions are an illusion, yes.
Yeah, so if the problem's fake, the solutions are going to be fake and they're not going to work. Hence why people get stuck in, I guess, toxic relationships, because the solutions aren't working because the truth's not there.
Yes. Is there a lack of truth in your relationship? Yeah, that's what it has to come down to. Because if you're communicating badly or you're butting heads over stuff, what is the truth that's not being said is what you need to be asking. Because in that example, you could have just come to the table and just been like, I don't know how to receive that love. And even through that, there's more connection because now the woman's understanding.
Yeah.
I understand, like I see that pain in you.
Yeah.
So really what I'm saying is the truth is the pain. Because you can only really connect over the pain. Because if everything's all fucking butterflies and fairies, then what are you connecting over?
Yeah, but then that pain gets transmuted into power. Because once you've communicated that, she's like, right, okay, then so what can I do to help you open up, soften up more?
Yeah.
Whereas I guess not one person said that to me before. They've been like, well, what can I do to help?
Yeah.
It's always been like, well, you need to change it.
And that, again, more consciousness is understanding that you're the only person that can give yourself what you need. But when you're working in a union or a dynamic with someone else, it's understanding, or it's asking the question, what do you need from me?
Yeah. Can I give you any assistance?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure. Well, if you figure it out, just let me know. So I'm here for you and I want to make it work.
Yeah.
Yeah, both parties need to want to make it work 100%. Otherwise, it just won't. And there will be a lack on one part.
Yes. And going like on that with the level of consciousness, I was saying like one person asleep, one person awake. There's different levels of consciousness. So you might vibrationally match to somebody who's fast asleep because you're fast asleep. Or you might be highly conscious, vibrate with someone who's highly conscious. But you can also, I think the consciousness isn't the thing. It's do you vibrationally match on where you're at, whether you're conscious or not. If you do, communication can work.
Yeah.
Because the energy doesn't lie again.
Yeah. And you're there for a reason. It's just, I guess, being honest. Yeah. Being open. And not wanting to go into the self-destructive patterns. I think we all self-sabotage at some extent.
Yes. This is what we were doing in our Reiki joint meditation the other day, our masculine feminine one. It's the idea of whatever you're relating to, the masculine or feminine, whatever you are relating to, externally to you. So how I relate to masculine is then how I'm going to relate to my partner.
Yeah.
As a whole. But I don't think people really get that, because this is what we do in our
I
meditation.
guess so. So if I hate women and I'm with my partner, I'm essentially going to hate her.
Yeah. Literally, it's that simple. But you're not going to be aware of it because you're like, oh, I love this person. I'm with this person. This is the person I chose.
But I hate everything she does.
But I hate her at the core because she's
Yeah.
a woman.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
Fucking hell, another light bulb moment.
Yes, today's a powerful day.
Yeah.
Into power. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the subconscious hating that is the miscommunication.
Yeah.
Because you can communicate until the cows come home over your surface level issue, but if the core is not being changed, which is that she's still a woman and I hate women,
Yeah.
what are you really fixing?
Nothing.
And vice versa for men.
Yeah, and then it goes on to having children, and they get raised the same way, and then you have a generation of people that hate people.
And that also plays into, I think, like father-daughter dynamics and mother-son.
Yeah.
Because I definitely think this played out in my family, where my dad can relate to women is then how he's going to relate to his daughter. And where my mum relates to masculine is how she's related to her son. So I know my mum watches this, so soz if this offends you. But my mum definitely, well, she used to anyway, she panders to my brother. Like she does a lot for him when really I think he should be doing it. So sorry. Speaking my truth, brutal honesty. But she does the same to my dad.
Yeah.
And that's because she's learned that from her mum, etc., etc. But again, what that's showing then is that man is potentially going to now expect that from his wife. That my wife should be doing what my mum done to me.
Yeah.
But not because it's my mum and I'm trying to attract my mum, because there's a lot of shit around that. But it's literally just because that's what I see feminine to be there for. That's what their purpose is.
Yeah, and is that sort of that old saying, especially when you're unconscious, women are marrying the dads.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Boys end up marrying the mums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they say you attract someone like your parents, but there's such a reason for that.
Yeah.
And people try and palm that off and it's like, oh no, he's not like my dad. And I did that. I did that for so long. Oh my God, it makes me laugh how much I hid that for myself. My partner's not like my dad. My partner's not like my dad. And he was in some ways. But I was like, oh, but it's the good ways. And then I'm like, if it's the good ways, there's also fucking bad ways.
The bad as well.
So, yeah, you can mask things away from yourself. If it's the brutal honesty again. If you're not honest with yourself, you're going to just keep playing out a relationship that isn't real. It's a relationship under an illusion. So I attracted that we attracted the partners like our parents because we're trying to heal the wounds. Yeah. We're trying to heal. So I was trying to heal through my partner what my dad couldn't do for me. And you were potentially trying to heal through your mum, for your partners, what your mum couldn't do for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it okay to lie to your partner?
Oof, curveball. No.
Is it okay to tell them a white lie?
With this question again. Not to your partner. Let's get into it. Because what's a white lie, first of all? Because a white lie is, I wore a yellow top yesterday when I wore a pink one? Or is it, I went and saw so-and-so, but I didn't?
But it's still a lie, isn't it?
Yeah, but then what's a white lie? That's what I'm saying. Because so the reason I'm asking...
So, I think a lie is a lie. A white lie is something like, well, they won't mind anyway, but I'm not going to tell them the truth.
Yeah. But the reason I'm asking what a white lie is because it could just be that it could be not the time and place and you know when you're going to tell them. So until then, it's so techie.
Yeah, so then why not say, can we just talk about it later? Rather than telling them a lie initially.
If you tell a woman that means you've cheated or you've done something wrong. If I say to you, let's talk about something, or ask you a question, and you say,
but then,
we'll talk about it later.
Yeah, then you're going to assume that, but then it's like, well, is that better than telling a white lie? Is a white lie better? Because you're like, well, you lied to me before, so why didn't you tell me the truth?
True. It is better because then as a woman, the only reason we would push on that unconsciously is because I'm uncomfortable sitting in that unknown.
Yeah.
But that's my responsibility.
Yeah.
That is my feeling. That is my responsibility. What you feel is your fucking responsibility.
Yeah.
It's not on you now to then fix how I feel, but it is on you to speak truthfully.
Yeah.
So if I was to say, as a partner now, ask your question, whatever the question is, and you say, I'll speak to you later about it, I have to be grounded in the comfort of that discomfort, not knowing what the actual answer is. But when it comes to then communicating that to you, can you create the container for the fact that I understand why that's uncomfortable, that I don't want to tell you?
Yeah. And again, this is from experience. I've been asked to have a conversation before, and it's like, well, can we talk later about it? Because I want to think about it and actually give you the truth, rather than just splurging out something that might not be correct. And it's been like, no, you need to tell me now. It's like, oh, I don't have an answer for you now. So can we not pick it up later? No, you need to know now. So I used to say then, if you want to know now, I can't give you an answer. So if you want to break up, let's break up then. But I'm not prepared to talk about it. You're not forcing me into a decision now when I want to give you a conscious decision, but you're taking that power away from me because you demand an answer. And that's not fair.
Yeah.
So in the root of all unfairness, let's just leave it now and you go home and I'll go home. But you're not forcing me to do something that I'm not ready to do.
Yeah.
I'm not ready to have this conversation because I need to think about it so I can give you the truth, which is what I want to give you.
Yeah.
So allow me to have the space and time to do that.
So as a woman, I would get the pushing, the need, and the answer now. I've been in that phase many times. But that's because that's the unsafety of what the masculine is presenting, which comes back to, again, where did I first see the unsafe masculine? Again, my responsibility. But it's a yin and yang, right? It's the balance, because it's my responsibility, but then it's also, I can only take that responsibility if I'm in a container where I'm safe to do so.
I get that.
Yeah?
Yeah, 100%. So, and yeah, before previously, I didn't make them feel safe, so we need an answer there and then. But
yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you were,
they'd have been like, okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
I get that. Yeah.
Because we trust, if a woman will trust, I think a woman will do anything for a man if she trusts that her emotions are safe. I genuinely think that is the key for a woman being happy in a relationship. I'm sure there's a different thing for men. But if you didn't want to give me an answer to something, it doesn't mean that we'll let you do whatever the fuck you want, but it means that I trust his guidance. Trusting guidance of a man is so key, as we know, men, leadership, etc.
Letting them take the lead, yeah.
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 But we can't let you take the lead on anything in life if the lead of your emotions isn't there. As soon as we know like you're grounded in your emotion and you can process your emotion, you take responsibility for your emotion, cool. Well, whatever.
Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? Because, how long are you going to be with your partner until you realise that they don't have that safety in their emotion?
Great fucking question.
Do you know what I mean?
I know, yeah. It can take you years.
Yeah, and then every time you come to like an argument, it's like, well, or a conversation, it's not going to go anywhere, but you've known that all along.
But it will feel, this is the thing, it will feel like it's going somewhere because the man presumably will want to do anything he can for good reason to make it work.
Yeah.
But often, you tell me if I'm wrong, the man is promising something they can't even do.
Yeah.
So you're constantly in this loop of, oh, finally, he understands. There'll be a fix to this. Everything will be okay. The thing happens again. And it's like, we've already had this discussion. You said you could do this and you can't.
And this is where I mentioned before about faking it till you make it, because we don't have the emotional depth. We will just tell you what you want to hear. Again, to shut you up. You keep banging on the door asking me to open up more, be more emotional, but I am not that. And you must know I'm not that, so stop asking. So to shut you up, I'll just pretend I am that. And then it comes back around again, like you've just said.
Yeah.
And it comes around again. We spoke about this 4 times. So are you not seeing the signs then?
Oh my God, it's so bad.
Are you not seeing the red flags in me? We spoke about the same issue 4 times in the past 2 months.
Light fucking
So
bulb.
when are you going to take responsibility and be like, right, I'm out of this bitch?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's down
That's
to
the
2.
thing.
It's down to both people.
It's always down to both. Because it's either someone's going to develop with you or you have to take the accountability for the change, which the change can look like leaving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
100%.
And it's hard. But at some point, each individual needs to be like, this isn't for me anymore. Or I can't keep sitting through this or feeling this way, or just detach from it, and see the truth of what it is. The helicopter view.
Yeah. Which is really fucking hard.
Yeah, especially when you're in it.
Yeah, when you're in it, and also if you've been in it for a long time, there's just so much to it. The detachment is key, but then also look out for, which I've been in the space of, the detachment being your protection mechanism to just not feel anything. That's a whole other thing. But it's also understanding in the communication that it's okay to feel these things and speak this truth. Not take responsibility for the other person's feelings, because we wouldn't say this thing because it's going to offend that person or offend your partner. But where I was going with that is, it's okay for things to change.
Yeah, it's okay for your partner to not be able to receive you in that instance.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the lack of the not okayness. Like the fact that we don't think things are okay
Yeah,
is where the challenges happen. Because if I can't show up for you in that way, own that I can't show up for you in that way. And if that will move the energy itself to then communicate or find answers and signs to, okay, this is how I do it. If you refuse it from the beginning and it's not okay that you're showing up in this way, all right, cool. Well, then you've shamed me. And now we stay stuck there.
yeah, yeah,
What do we do with that? So yeah, it's just communicating on the level of like it's okay. Whatever is going on is okay.
yeah,
Also, the fact that if you want to end it or leave or change the dynamic completely, that's also okay.
yeah,
It's just what choice are you going to make?
yeah. Some people grow apart, some people grow together. Do you know what I hate?
Tell me.
We need to talk. And I
I don't
hate
think
it.
I've ever said that sentence in my life, I'll be honest.
And I think a lot of guys hate it as well because it's like, okay, so what do you want to talk about? Well, I'll let you know later. So for me, it's like, hang on a second. So you've been thinking about this topic for however long. You've got answers prepped, you've got questions prepared, you've got evidence and all this stuff.
Come with receipts.
Yeah, do I not get time to prepare? Are you trying to catch me out? Like, what's the purpose of this
Yeah.
can we talk conversation?
Yeah.
So you got to the point with me, I'm like, yeah, we can talk, but I want to know what it's about first. So I'm not just left.
You would ask that question, yeah?
Yeah, what about?
And would they tell you?
Yeah, eventually. I'll be like, oh, as I'm having the conversation.
Do you just refuse until you can prep?
I want to know what it's about.
Yeah,
Well,
but
yeah. Never used to. I'll be like, yeah, okay. And then I was sat there, not being able to give an answer.
Mm.
So I'm like, I'm not thought about it. I've just come back from work. Like, what the hell?
And then that reaffirms
And then it's like,
I need it.
Yeah. And it's like, no, give me time to prep. You've thought about it for weeks, months, years, or whatever. Just give me a day. And I'm like, right, let me get my thoughts ducked in order.
Yeah.
And then I can have a conscious conversation. But when you spring these things onto people, they can catch them off guard totally and the walls can go up.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to catch me out.
Yeah, because what you're doing is you're bringing it to a person in their unconscious state.
Yeah.
So then they can only communicate from the wounds.
Yeah. Which isn't the solution.
No, it's never the solution.
Never the solution. So if you want to have a conscious conversation with your partners, prep them, give them time. Like, I think we need to discuss this. Yeah. Are you okay with that? No, I'm not okay. Why? Yes, I am okay. Cool. When do you want to do it? When's good for you?
Yeah. Because even just mentioning the topic itself, energy, brings things to the surface.
Yeah.
So you may even become aware of just by mentioning it between the dynamic, aware of the solution before you even have to talk about it.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Powerful stuff, that is.
And it's not just to avoid or think, oh, I've got time to think of lies.
No.
I want to think and get my ducks in order and give you the actual truth and know what I'm feeling. Especially with guys, again, we're more emotionally inept. So we need time to process and time to think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not on demand.
Why does that happen? We need to talk, but I'm not going to tell you what about. From what place was it usually? Do you think it was control?
Control and pain.
Oh, I guess to give them the upper hand.
Upper hand, yeah. Because people want to win conversations. People want to win arguments.
Yeah.
It's not about winning. It's about coming to a solution.
Rule number 1 of conscious communication: no one wins.
Yeah.
It's not. What is it? It's not you against them. It's you and them against the problem.
Yeah. You know, people say in relationships you should come to a compromise. I think a compromise is a bad thing.
Agreed.
So if I say to you, your phone's compromised, what does that mean?
There's something wrong with it.
So do you want to come to a compromise in a relationship? No, because there's something wrong.
You want to come to what?
A solution. An alignment. Yeah. Where both parties are happy. There's no compromise in there.
Mm-hmm.
But you may not get what you want, but you've come to a point where you're able to accept where you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
I completely agree.
Yeah.
Because the compromise is that something's going to be lacking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we don't want to be lacking.
No.
You might not have something, but you can come to an agreement where you both feel heard, seen and received.
Yes.
And it's something to move on from.
Yes.
But the compromise, I think with a compromise, there's always one winner, one loser.
Yeah. Or you both only slightly win.
Yeah.
Which is just a balance of then who can stay unhappy for the longest. It's literally that.
Who can stay miserable the longest?
Yeah. And I think so many relationships are based on that because it's all around lack. Rather than, am I in this relationship because it's actually fulfilling the hell out of me? Like, those relationships are real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't compromise.
Don't compromise.
I thought about this years ago. I'm like,
I've
compromise
always thought
isn't
that.
a good thing.
I've always thought
Because you
that.
hear this in therapy, couples therapy. We need to come for a compromise. I'm like, well, do you?
No, you don't. You need to find alignment for you both. Both be happy, both be fulfilled. And
But-
if you can't find it there, then that's your fulfillment. It's getting closer to someone who can align with you.
Right? You know, how many millions, billions of people are on the earth? Like, you
Exactly.
don't have to try and change that one person.
And the fear of that is that you're going to be alone.
Yeah.
And that's understandable. Validate that. But
then would you rather be alone knowing your worth, or would you rather be with someone that you're sub happy with?
depends what you're looking for in life.
Yeah.
If you're looking for comfort and you're looking for, what's the word?
Sustainability.
Yeah. Then yeah, be partly happy. If you want like actual growth, ascension, like if you want something really fulfilling,
Fulfillment. Yeah, that's the
yeah,
word.
then
You need to know your truths. And yeah, you need to find that in someone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Conscious communication. On that note, this is the class we're going to be doing in our retreat. Conscious communication. Live conscious communication activities. That's going to go down a treat. It's going to be
That's
interesting.
going to be funny, that. I say fun, it's going to be entertaining.
It's going to be entertaining on many levels.
You're getting triggered left, right and centre. Like, they need to do this, they need to do that.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you need to do?
We're going to
What
create.
does this mean for you? They're like, what?
We're going to be creating a space of brutal honesty in that class. If it's not brutal honesty, you're not welcome.
Yeah. And you're going to get a lot from it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just getting people to take ownership for their shit.
Mhm.
Take ownership for your shit, and everything else will fall into place.
Yes. Yes.
Especially as a couple, you take ownership for your shit, I'll take it for mine. It's going to fall into place. But if I keep avoiding mine, but you're not, it's not going to work.
Yeah, one's awake, one's asleep.
Yeah, that's why, teamwork makes the dream work. If your
Yep.
dream is to have a future together, you need to work as a team. And sometimes teams go through hardships, they have substitutions.
And that's okay.
Some people get sent off.
Yes.
Sometimes there's a manager swap.
The analogies.
But it happens.
Love that.
But
Yeah.
you need to work as a team, and
Life's a game.
that's when the relationship becomes fulfilling.
Yeah, agreed. Fucking power today.
I know, right? It's that Qigong meditation we did
It
this
is.
morning.
Oh my God, it is. It so is. That is so true.
Yeah, which we'll be doing on the retreat as well, won't we?
Yes. Yes. Go on, you talk about that because you know more about it than I do.
It's just a seated meditation practice, really. I think during a lot of meditations, we're told to have a central point of focus, aren't we? We're told to think of something.
Mm.
What's your intention? Set a goal for the end of it, whereas Qigong is just sort of releasing all that.
Yeah.
And just surrendering the ego, surrendering the focus.
Just presence.
And just having pure presence.
Yeah,
Complete opposite to doing breath work.
Yeah. Depends what kind of breathwork, because some breathworks are just focused around presence itself.
Yeah, but what I mean is you have to actually do work to get there. Whereas
okay.
Qigong, there's no work. You
Just
literally
being.
just sit there and just be. Let the Qi come down.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking,
What's the word?
let the Qi come down rather than having to actively do something, breathing or thinking to activate it.
Mm-hmm. It's funny because going into that, the idea of just being, like I love to just be, but I don't know how long I could really just be and do nothing, which is why meditation kind of works because you've got something to pay your attention to. But once I was in it, oh my God, literally I felt my soul leave my body and I could have just been there for hours.
Yeah, once you get past the 10, 12, 15-minute mark, I start falling asleep. Like my body starts sometimes collapsing down. I'm like, I need to stay up.
I felt that, but my body actually wasn't moving. It was like my soul was asleep, but my body just stayed.
Yeah.
Which I guess is the point.
Yeah. See, when you see these monks in the temples, sat in that meditative state, they're there for hours.
Yeah.
It's mental.
It's powerful.
And they do look peaceful, and it is peace. It's just bliss, isn't it?
Yeah.
I say you're in the void. You're not in this reality. You're not up there in the 5D. You're in the middle.
Yeah.
Especially during the breathwork holds. Again, you're in that void, in that space.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's more for what's going to happen on the on the retreat.
Yeah, powerful stuff's going to happen that day. I feel like it. So come, be there, 6th of June.
Yeah,
Pain to power.
pain to power, DM, like, subscribe, all of the above.
All the above.
And give us some more topics, give us some juicy topics, give us some juicy issues. If you don't want to comment, send us a DM directly and we'll write it down and we'll bring it up on an episode.
Yes.
Why not? Let's solve some of you guys' problems.
Yes.
Yeah, why not?
Before we go, though, what random item have you got for the day? Bring a random item.
My random item is myself. No.
Is it actually? I was looking forward to the story of that. More beads?
No, this is just in the bag. Right, so. So when I first started on this journey, no, I didn't. I'm lying to you. When I first started watching Joe Dispenza, he was speaking about the chakra system and that sort of thing, the energy systems, and I got bought these stones.
Oh, I have them.
For Christmas randomly. I didn't really know how to use them or what I was doing in life, so I've got some stones, I've got some oil. What do I do with them? I thought it's just some rocks, they can't really do anything. But I thought, you know what? I'm going to be open-minded. So what I'd do with these, it's a stone for each chakra, by the way. I'd literally lay there, place on each chakra, play some meditation music in the background on YouTube, set an alarm on my phone because I'd always fall asleep in the beginning.
Of course you would.
For like 10 minutes, and then just zone out and try to find that peace. Random fact: Einstein, when he meditated, used to hold a spoon.
Really?
Yeah. So when he fell asleep, the spoon woke him up. And that's how you extend your meditation times. That's why I used to set an alarm. And then, so within that, I found out how to relax. And then I also found out how to extend my meditation times. So now I'm more consciously aware. But if you can start meditating with something, you fall asleep after 5 minutes, that's really good. Because it means you're relaxing.
Mm-hmm. It's also you're giving the body what it needs. Often people have that in meditation classes. They're like, oh, I fell asleep and I missed it. No, you didn't miss it. Yeah. You did exactly what you needed to do.
100%, yeah. So a lot of people do fall asleep when they're starting off meditating, but that's the point. You're finding that relaxed space. Set an alarm, hold a spoon like Einstein, but with time you will get better. But I keep these and I use them as part of an altar because it's just a reminder of like where I started. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Got bought these. I thought I'll go out on a limb, and 2 years later,
here we are.
We're here. So yeah.
Amazing. So my item is my light encoded crown of rose quartz with goddess Isis. Did I mention her in this episode or the one before? Anyway, genuinely believe I embody something within her, but that's why I was drawn to her. Anyway, the reason I bought this is because I knew we were going to talk about relationships, and I think the women out there, basically my message is don't take off your crown in your relationship. And this doesn't mean it's someone else's fault. It's your own responsibility if you take your crown off. But if you take your crown off, it's because you are pandering or like fitting into a mold of something that isn't actually for you. So if you start to lose your power, or you lose your identity, or you lose whatever it is you love about yourself, put your crown on again. And there we go. So that's my crown. Obviously, I wear this for like meditations. It's light encoded or something. So they've put like light language into the stone. Yeah,
there's a lot going on with that. And
sorry,
she is 24 karat gold as well.
She is 24 karat gold.
So it's just full of richness.
Royalty.
Royalty.
So, yeah. Do you want to tell the story of how we got this?
It was at MBS, and I obviously do a lot of walking around the stands and talk to random people, and people pull me in to buy stuff. But I saw a lady walking around with a meditation band on. And I was like, So I went over to a stall. I ended up buying a necklace as well, which I might bring on the next one, actually. But as soon as I was there, I was like, you just come into my head. And I was like, she needs one of them. I could just see this vision of you basically as like a goddess.
Yes.
Wearing a meditation band for your rituals and meditations that you were doing, for your circles and that sort of thing. So I remember I went straight up to you when you used to go to this shop and check out some of the stuff that they've got.
I remember I was with a client at the time, I think, and you were like, I didn't know what you were saying. And as soon as I was finished, you were like, you didn't even say, come and look at these bands. You were like, you need to get a meditation band.
Yeah.
Weird enough, I just trusted it and bought one, which I'd never usually do. But it's funny that I chose one with Isis because I've now realized, which I'll probably tell in a different episode because there's so much shit to still explore with that there is some link between my life today and my previous life in her. But yeah, I think we'll leave that one there for now.
We're doing any past life regression.
Have I done any?
Yeah. For that? No.
Not for this, no.
No.
I have done them though before.
Yeah.
But I do want to do them.
Talk about that in another episode.
Yes, we can. We'll go and get it done first, and then we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
But yeah. Those are the items of the day. Smashed it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for growing with us. Hope that there's some stuff to take away. Like, comment, subscribe.
DM us your problems.
Yes. And
we'll unpick them for you.
Yeah, start turning your pain into power.
Yeah.
Peace.